Right, friends, welcome to part 2 of Union Budget. In part 1, we have already discussed various important aspects of budget. What exactly is budget? What about Consolidated Fund of India, Contingency Fund of India, public accounts and other important aspects. Now we are going to discuss in detail about various allocations and about budgetary aspects in detail in part 2, right? Let us look at the first one, budget and the macroeconomic concepts. I have already discussed macroeconomic concepts in economic survey, GDP, inflation, fiscal deficit. These are all termed as macroeconomic concepts. Before going into this, I would like to tell you one thing. In 2014, India's stock market is the second best performing in the world. In the year 2014, India's stock market is the second best performing in the world, and let us look into the macroeconomic concepts as per the budget. First and the foremost thing is GDP. GDP during the year 2014-15, that means the current financial year, 7.4%. GDP is going to be 7.4% during the current financial year, and it is the best performing economy out of the major economies in the world. It is the fastest growing economy out of all the major economies in the world. And second point is, during the year 2015-16, the GDP growth is expected to be 8 to 8.5%. Look at the fiscal deficit. The fiscal deficit for the year 2014-15 is 4.1%. For the next year 2015-16, the fiscal deficit is going to be 3.9%. And if you look at the subsequent years fiscal deficit targets, 2016-17 it's going to be 3.5%, and by the year 2017-18 fiscal deficit is going to be 3% of GDP. 3% is the benchmark with regard to the fiscal deficit. Last year government told this benchmark will be achieved by the year 2016-17, but government now deferred it to 2017-18. So by 31st March 2018, government promised that it will implement 3% fiscal deficit target, which is the benchmark for the developing economies, and this is as per FRBM Act. FRBM Act is Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act. Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act, which was brought in the year 2003, and as per that act, the fiscal deficit, ideal fiscal deficit will be 3% of GDP, and the government is going to achieve by 2018. Please remember, fiscal deficit is the difference between the expenditure and revenue. If the fiscal deficit increases, government has to pay more in interest so that the expenditure for investment will go on reducing if fiscal deficit increases. That's why governments want to reduce fiscal deficit, right? Anyhow, look into the next one, CPI inflation, that is consumer price index related inflation, is likely to be 5% this year as per the government estimates. So CPI inflation is going to be 5%. And other important point is, recently government signed an agreement with the Reserve Bank of India to keep inflation below 6%. If the inflation is not brought down to below 6%, RBI has to give status report to government. Recently that agreement was signed. Look into the next aspect, most important aspect as claimed by the government in the budget speech is to cut subsidy leakages. Remember, at present government is giving subsidy for LPG. With regard to the other social sector schemes, government wants to increase the number from 1 crore to 10.3 crores during the year 2015-16, and to achieve the target of increasing the beneficiaries from 1 crore to 10.3 crores during the year 2015-16, government devised an innovative strategy of Jam Trinity. What is Jam Trinity? Jam Trinity is Jan Dhan bank account. Under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, each and every household is expected to have at least one bank account. Each and every individual is expected to have Aadhaar number, and at the same time linking up these two with mobile number, government's intention is leakages can be minimized. So each and every individual is expected to have, at least one person in the family is expected to have bank account, Aadhaar number and mobile number, and the government wants to link various subsidies with this Jam Trinity. In the Jam Trinity, please remember J for Jan Dhan, A for Aadhaar, M for mobile number. So this word was coined not only in the budget, in the economic survey also. With the implementation of Jam Trinity, government wants to plug the leakages in subsidies. The deserved person will get subsidy directly into their bank accounts, that is direct benefit transfer. So government wants to link most of the subsidies through bank account, Aadhaar and mobile number, so that leakages will be minimized, so that government can reduce the subsidy bill. Reducing the subsidy bill is very important. You all very well know government's subsidy bill is approximately 2,60,000 crore rupees during the year 2014-15, which is almost 2% of GDP. Government wants to reduce the subsidy bill. For that they coined the word Jam Trinity. Please don't forget. Look into the next issue. What the budget indicates for the common man. Let us discuss budget and the common man. No change in the income tax slabs. The slabs prescribed in the previous budget for the year 2014-15 will continue. I would like to tell you once again, for common man, for general public, the income tax limit is 2,50,000. If your income exceeds 2,50,000, you have to pay income tax. For senior citizens, the limit is 3 lakhs. For very senior citizens, I would like to remind you, senior citizens is the age group of 60 to 80 years. Very senior citizens age group is beyond 80 years. If one crosses 80 years, he will be treated as very senior citizen. So, for very senior citizens, the income tax limit is 5 lakhs. So, there is no change in the income tax limits, but there are exemptions. That means beyond 2,50,000, there are various deductions given. That means if you are able to save or if you are able to invest in the given programs, you need not pay income tax beyond 2,50,000 also. What are those schemes? If you are saving in pension fund, you are eligible up to 1,50,000. That deduction is increased from 1 lakh to 1,50,000. That means, I would like to tell you in layman words, if you are investing 1,50,000 per annum in pension, up to 4 lakhs you need not pay income tax. That means the limit is 2.5 lakhs. In addition to that, you add that 1,50,000 which you are contributing to pension. So, which makes 4 lakhs. So, up to 4 lakhs you need not pay any income tax. And some more deductions are there. Additionally, if you are investing in new pension scheme, another 50,000 you will get. The other one is, if you are investing in health premium, that means if you are taking some health insurance policy, premium up to 25,000 rupees is exempted from income tax. That means if you are taking a health policy of premium, annual premium 25,000 rupees, that is exempted from income tax. That means that 25,000 also will be added. And The transport allowance exemption is increased from rupees 800 to rupees 1600, which will benefit employees. So, in this I would like to tell you 2,50,000 is the general limit. That was not increased, but exemptions were increased. That means if you are saving in these under various exemptions, almost your income tax up to 4.5 lakhs will be negligible. If you are earning up to 4.5 lakhs, you are saving as per the schemes for which deductions are given, especially pension fund, health insurance premium, new pension scheme, you need not pay income tax almost up to 4.5 lakh rupees. Please remember, the limit is 2.5 lakh. Only exemptions are increased during the budget. And one more point is Sukanya Samruddhi scheme, which was recently announced by the Prime Minister. Here, for the girl child, if you invest, interest and withdrawals are all free from income tax. Right? This is the benefit given to increase the savings towards the girl child. Right? Look into the next one. For the common man, this year some innovative schemes were announced. I would like to tell you. One is a Senior Citizens Welfare Fund is created. Senior Citizens Welfare Fund is created. The unclaimed amounts, there are several amounts unclaimed in Employee Provident Fund and Public Provident Fund, totaling to rupees 9,000 crore rupees, and this 9,000 crore rupees will go to Senior Citizen Welfare Fund. The second important point is Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana with just rupees 12 premium per annum. By paying just 12 rupees per annum, you will get accidental insurance up to 2 lakh rupees. The other one is Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, by paying just 330 rupees as premium per annum, you will get 2 lakh rupees of insurance benefits. This is applicable in the age group of 18 to 50 years. The other important aspect is Atal Pension Yojana. So as to take care of the pensionary requirements of the persons working in the unorganized sector, this Atal Pension Yojana was started. Whatever premium you are paying, government will contribute 50%. Whatever premium you are paying, government will contribute 50%. This is applicable for the accounts opened up to 31st December 2015. This is applicable for the accounts opened up to 31st December 2015. This is Atal Pension Yojana. Government will contribute 50% of premium not exceeding 1,000 rupees per annum for a period of 5 years. These are very important. Atal Pension Yojana. For the accounts, for the pension accounts opened up to 31st December 2015, government will contribute not exceeding rupees 1,000 per annum over a period of 5 years. Please don't forget. Look into the next aspect. Service tax is increased from 12.36 to 14%. Service tax on your telephone bills, on your travel, on your visit to luxury hotels, you are required to pay service tax. You are taking from service from high-end restaurants, high-end boutiques. Wherever you go, service tax now increased from 12.36 to 14%. Please remember, service tax is increased from 12.36 to 14%. Import duty on gold will stay at 10%. Please remember, import duty on gold is 10%. And government innovatively came up with 3 programs with regard to gold, basically to reduce import of gold And these three programs, let us discuss in detail. One is gold monetization scheme. Before going into these schemes, I would like to tell you, every year the gold demand in India is 800 to 1000 tons. Every year the demand in gold in India is from 800 to 1000 tons. India and China are the largest consumers of gold in the world. But the irony for India is we are not producing any gold. Most of the gold is imported. That's why precious foreign exchange is going. That's why government wants to reduce import of gold, and in India the gold deposits held by households, mostly women, is roughly 20,000 tons. Now government came up with three programs basically to reduce import of gold. First program is gold monetization scheme. That means you deposit gold jewelry. After depositing gold, you will earn some interest, and as per the agreed period, maybe after 1 year, 2 years or 3 years, you will get back the gold, not your jewelry, but gold in the form of coins or bars. That means you are depositing gold now, you will earn some interest, and after the agreed period, you will get back gold in the form of coins or bars. That means whatever gold you are depositing, that will be utilized by the jewelers to prepare jewelry. So they want to bring some gold held by the households into the mainstream so that import can be reduced. Second one is sovereign gold bond. Normally during the festival season, women go and purchase gold. That is the custom in India. Instead of giving you gold for when you go to jeweler shop to purchase gold, you will get gold bond. And whenever you want to take that gold, you can submit that gold bond and you can take gold at any time you want. That means instead of holding physical gold, you will have gold bond. That will take care of increase in the gold prices also. So instead of possessing physical gold, you will be given gold bond. Third important aspect is India gold coin scheme with Ashok Chakra is going to be implemented. Please remember this gold monetization scheme, sovereign gold bond scheme, basically to reduce import of gold. Having learned these things, let us move on to the next issue. Union budget and agriculture. This year agriculture credit is going to be 8.5 lakh crores of rupees. Please don't forget, agriculture loans which comes under priority sector lending going to be 8.5 lakh crores. And second important point is to promote organic agriculture, Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana was started. Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Then for Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, which was announced in the last budget. This is basically for irrigation, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana, and for other watershed development schemes and micro irrigation schemes, the budget allotment is 5,300 crores. Please don't forget. Then with regard to the allotment to other programs, especially keeping the agriculture in mind, corpus of RIDF in NABARD is 25,000 crores. What is RIDF? RIDF is Rural Infrastructure Development Fund. Rural Infrastructure Development Fund. If banks fail to implement priority sector lending guidelines, they have to deposit that shortfall into RIDF, Rural Infrastructure Development Fund. This is maintained by NABARD and government is giving allotment of 25,000 crores. Likewise, long-term rural credit 15,000 crores. And finally, I would like to tell you one more point. For Regional Rural Banks Refinance Fund, government has allotted 15,000 crores. This is basically to strengthen regional rural banks, RRBs. Looking to the budget and the small businesses, I would like to tell you important points. Comprehensive bankruptcy code will be brought. At present, there are two acts. One is BIFR, Board for Industrial and Financial Reconstruction. Other one is SICA. SICA is Sikh Industrial Companies Act. These two acts are not that much effective to take care of the sickness in industries. For that, new bankruptcy code to the global standards is proposed to be brought in India also, right? The next one is TREDS. It will be made an electronic platform. What is TREDS? Trade Receivables Discounting System. Trade Receivables Discounting System is basically to get the payments in advance for MSMEs. MSMEs, micro, small and medium enterprises, many times suffer due to several constraints. To remove those constraints, government has taken so many steps. One such step is Trade Receivables Discounting System, otherwise known as TREDS. That means if a small company is selling its product to a big company, instead of waiting the money to come from that big company, they will have other sources of receiving the payment, part of the payment through the banking system or financial system, that is known as TREDS. Look into the next one. Postal network of 1,54,000 post offices across the country will be utilized, will be brought into the formal financing system, because post office is most nearer to the common man. Post office is the entity which is nearer to the common man in rural areas. The other important point is NBFCs, non-banking finance companies, with asset size of 500 crores will be brought under the SURFACE Act. What is SURFACE Act? SURFACE Act was brought in the year 2002 to take care of the non-performing assets. Non-performing assets means the persons who took loan are unable to pay back, are unable to service the loan, and those assets are called non-performing assets. And to tackle those non-performing assets in the banking system, SURFACE Act was brought in the year 2002. Now it is made applicable to non-banking finance companies with asset size of 500 crores. And the other important aspect is Mudra Bank. Very important. Mudra Bank. This is Microunits Development Refinance Agency. Microunits Development Refinance Agency. What is the need for Mudra Bank? In India, there are approximately more than 5 crore small businesses employing roughly 10 crore people. More than 5 crore businesses employing 10 crore people. Hardly 4% of them have access to bank loans or loan from organized financial system. Only 4% are able to access bank loan, because when they go to banks normally ask for collateral security which they are not able to give. That's why they are under the clutches of money lenders. They are unable to access organized financial system. So to take care of this anomaly, now this Mudra Bank was proposed in the budget. Mudra Bank is Microunits Development Refinance Agency with a corpus of 20,000 crore. It is proposed. And please remember, already to support MSMEs, one trust is there, that is Collateral Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises, which is known as CGTMSE. Collateral Guarantee Fund Trust for Micro and Small Enterprises, which is known as CGTMSE, which is managed by SIDBI. In addition to that, now to support MSMEs in a big way, this Mudra Bank was brought. Mudra Bank is Microunits Development and Refinance Agency. Initial corpus is 20,000 crores, and additionally it will have credit guarantee of 3,000 crore rupees. And micro finance institutions will get finance through Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, and SC and STs will be given the topmost priority. Coming to the next one, Union Budget and Infrastructure. 70,000 crores more is going to be spent by government and central public sector enterprises during this year, so as to give emphasis or impetus to public spending, because by spending more, what will happen? Jobs will be created and GDP will grow. So government wants to spend more money through public investment also, in addition to PPP route. Second one is National Investment and Infrastructure Fund is established with a corpus of 20,000 crores basically to support the infrastructure sector. Another important aspect is Atal Innovation Mission. Please remember, Atal Innovation Mission, so as to support innovative ideas, was established with 150 crores. And another important aspect is to improve self-employment opportunities. Setu with a fund of 1000 crores is established. Setu means self-employment and talent utilization. Self-employment and talent utilization. Setu was established with a fund of 1000 crores and 5 ultra mega power plants. This ultra mega power plant is with 4000 megawatt capacity coal based plant, and 5 such plants are proposed in the budget. 4000 megawatt coal based plants are known as ultra mega power projects, and 5 such projects are proposed this year. And when it comes to financial markets, Public Debt Management Agency is proposed. Public Debt Management Agency. At present, RBI is looking into the public debt. If government is borrowing from market, that is at present looked after by Reserve Bank of India. So government wants to have some change. For that, they want to bring Public Debt Management Agency. Right? Second one is Forward Markets Commission is proposed to be merged with SEBI. Forward Markets Commission, that is basically to look into commodity markets. This FMC is proposed to be merged with the SEBI, Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. So this is another change proposed in the financial markets. One more thing is, so as to take care of the appointments in public sector banks, Bank Board Bureau BBB is proposed. Bank Board Bureau BBB is proposed. And when it comes to tax matters, government wants to fight black money. They want to bring Binomy Transactions Prohibition Act. Then 2 important aspects, please remember: acceptance of an advance of rupees 20,000 or more in real estate transactions. Acceptance of an advance of 20,000 or more in real estate transactions by cash is going to be prohibited, and it will be by checks only. That means if you are paying more than 20,000 for real estate transactions, it should be paid through check only. One more thing, if you are purchasing some asset of value more than rupees 1 lakh, PAN is mandatory. Permanent account number issued by income tax authorities is mandatory if you are purchasing property or selling property worth more than rupees 1 lakh. Look into the next one. Tax related matters will be dealt with sternly, and basic customs duties reduced on certain items. On 22 items, customs duty was reduced basically to give impetus for the domestic manufacturing sector. Right? Look into the next one. Nirbhaya Fund, 1000 crore Nirbhaya Fund was announced. One more important point is visa on arrival is to be extended to 150 countries. Last time 43 countries were announced. Now it is proposed to be extended to 150 countries. And one more thing is, renewable energy is given lot of emphasis by the government. Please remember, by the year 2022, government wants to have renewable energy of 1,75,000 megawatt, out of which major share goes to solar. Solar will be 1 lakh megawatt, wind will be 60,000 megawatt, biomass will be 10,000 megawatt, and small hydro will be 5,000 megawatt. Please don't forget these figures. One more important aspect is Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushal Yojana to improve the employability skills. And please remember, clean energy cess on coal is increased from rupees 100 to rupees 200 so as to fund the renewable energy projects. Please remember, clean energy cess on coal increased from rupees 100 to rupees 200 per ton of coal so as to finance renewable energy projects, because government is giving more thrust for renewable energy projects. One more important aspect is existing excise duty on petrol and diesel up to rupees 4 per litre will go to road cess so as to finance infrastructure sector. Rupees 4 per litre of petrol or diesel will go to Central Road Fund so as to finance the infrastructure sector, and yoga will be brought under charitable purposes for Income Tax Act. Friends, I tried to cover most of the aspects, but some other aspects which I could not cover are available in PPTs. Please go through the PPTs clearly. I tried to include almost all the important aspects in the budget. Before concluding this, please look at important allocations for government's various flagship programs. Important allocations for various flagship programs. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, so as to connect rural habitations with Pakka roads. The allocation is 14,291 crores. Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, exclusively for this Yojana, 4,500 crores. Swachh Bharat, 3,625 crores, so as to construct toilets. Mahatma Gandhi Narega, which gives rural employment up to 100 days in a year, allotment is 34,699 crores. Another important aspect of government, housing for all, the allotment is 14,200 crores. Please don't forget these allotments. And before concluding this lecture, important allotments for various ministries. One important thing is basically defense sector. The budget for defense is 2,46,727 crores, which is almost 9 to 10% increase in comparison to last year. Likewise, I have given allotments for various sectors. Please remember the allotments for various flagship programs and for various ministries. Minority Affairs Ministry was given 3,738 crores, which includes Nayi Manjil also for skill development among the youth for minority community. That is 3,738 crores. And before concluding, I would like to tell you, I tried to cover most of the aspects, and please look into the PPTs carefully, because for paucity of time, I could not cover all the aspects. I covered almost all the important aspects in my lecture. The other aspects also are available in the PPTs. Please look into the PPTs carefully. With this, I hope you enjoyed the two parts of Union Budget. I conclude this second part of budget. Have a nice time. Thank you.